50, 45, there goes Davis.
Oh my God!
Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow! Oh my God! Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, welcome in everyone to a brand new edition of the Dream Wage, episode 566. Today is Sunday evening, September the 21st, 2025. And kid, my internet, I don't know what is good with this camera, but it looked like I was good for like the first 10 minutes before we were recording, and I don't know what the fuck happened, but audio's good. I paid for the enhanced Wi-Fi, but we're live. How you doing? I'll let you know about the Patriot game, but kid, not our best day.
Yeah, humbled. I'm feeling humbled, Dill. As a Patriots fan, got a sour taste in my mouth, not gonna lie. As a sports better, humbled, Dill. Honestly, this might be my worst NFL day till date on the Dream Wager podcast. So if you faded me, shout out you. You know, if you followed me, I apologize. But hey, days like this happen, people. Days like this happen.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure today was the worst betting day in the NFL wise of my life.
Yeah, we'll get into everything, but we're gonna break down every game. I was at the New England game. It was actually really good, kid. I told you I got you a souvenir. Obviously, you can't fucking see it because of this.
You can see it. It's a little blurry.
It's like,
you know?
it's blurry, but so shout out my my girlfriend's uncle. He has season tickets, and we were in the club section, and the Patriots alumni, Jordan Richardson, number 37 safety. He said, "What's your name, man?" I said, "Not for me." He said, "Oh, you're not a Patriots fan?" I said, "Nah, I'm a Jet fan." He said, "What you doing here?" I said, "If it's free, it's for me." He said, he started laughing. He was with his sons. And I said, "But my best friend is a Patriot fan." He said, "What's his name?" I said, "Elvis." He said, "Like the singer?" I said, "Yes, sir, like the singer." He said, "All right." So it says, "To Elvis, go Pats, Pats versus the world." And he signed it. So it's fired. So add it to the studio.
Not that bad of a day. Not that bad of a day. Dylan got to witness a great game.
Yes.
Live. Didn't go how I wanted. Not the way he wanted.
Yeah.
But overall, Dill, let's get into it.
Yeah, we could start
bad.
there. Yeah, we could start there. I do get there. Honestly, the family was not happy because honestly, they should have won the game.
Yeah.
Steelers won 21-14. Ugly game with all the turnovers. I mean, Gibson fumbled. Ramondre Stevenson fucking fumbled. Drake May got strip sacked. I mean, bro, it should have been 28-21. They were the better team out there. The defense was better. I thought the secondary, I mean, coming into this game, the Patriots secondary was not good. But they actually held Aaron Rodgers only 139 yards. He threw the interception. They really didn't get anything going on the ground game.
Yeah.
I thought the defense played well. Shout out Hunter Henry. I thought he was the best player on the fucking field for either team. 8 catches, 90 yards. He had 2 touchdowns as well. But, man, this hurts for a Patriots fan. I was talking to people walking out. Honestly, and I can't deny it, the Patriots could easily be 3-0. There were a lot of missed opportunities week 1 against the Raiders. They come in, they beat the Dolphins week 2. And this is a game they should have won, kids. So it was a tough one. But, yeah, Steelers, they sneak a road win.
Yeah, I think you explained it dead on, Dill. If you watched the game, you didn't just see the final score, people. If you watched this game from tail to tail, the Patriots are clearly the better team. You know, I like one positive takeaway. I think our defense are starting to click a little bit. You know, so that's one bright side. We was able to get pressure on the court. Well, we didn't get sacks, but we was around Aaron Rodgers. He was able to turn the ball over. Jalen Warren, Kenneth Gainwell wasn't going nowhere fast. So defensively, we improved from the first 2 weeks of the season. That's the bright side. Offensively, Drake May played himself well. Besides the strip sack and interception, though, I think Drake May, you know, even though he got sacked 5 times, I think he played a hell of a game. Like you said, Hunter Henry had himself a day. We had over 100 yards rushing collectively. It's just the turnovers, the interception in the red zone at the goal line. Uh, Stevenson fumbling while crossing the end zone. So if we're just able to execute, or just not able to, and not turn the ball over at the goal line in consecutive possessions, though, I think we walk away with the victory. Like you said, we could have put up 28 plus points in this game. It was just mistakes and turnovers. Give credit for the Steelers for forcing those turnovers,
Yeah.
but I honestly feel like we lost the game more than the Steelers won the game.
100%. That was the feeling in the stadium as well. And honestly, kid, I know I don't want to say harsh, but I've been transparent with Drake May. Look good in real life.
Yeah, you saw him live.
Look good in real life. I love the legs. Holds on to the ball a little too long.
He's young.
Yes, but the arm is there. I feel like the accuracy is low key there as well. And I was sitting next to a bunch of old timers, and they were like, "You never seen that with Brady getting the first down." I said, "Yeah, but you got 6 rings, so you take the good with the bad." But yeah, I saw some things I liked from Drake, man. I saw things I didn't. He's still young. He's still learning. When are we going to see a breakout from Stephon Diggs? My question to you.
I'll be honest, though. After today, even the few amount of targets he got, it wasn't. Let's not forget, he's working back from an ACL injury. I thought on this Steelers defense that we've seen multiple quarterbacks and wide receiver have a field day on that defense. I thought besides Hunter Henry, maybe Stephon Diggs have a good day. Maybe Douglas, maybe Boudier. So I was kind of surprised that nobody alongside Hunter Henry was able to, come along. Like you said, Drake May had himself a good day, 28 for 37, 260. So he was passing the ball well. It's just nobody else was able to have a good day. Stevenson, another game, 38 receiving yards. I think last week he was the leading receiver. This week, second. So we need somebody to consistently step up on the outside. We saw week 1, Douglas had a couple nice catches, but Bonnet as well. When is Stephon Diggs going to step up? We paid him a lot of money, Dill. Yeah. So we need maybe not a huge game, but feel some type of impact for Stephon Diggs.
Yeah,
sooner than later.
Yeah, I agree. I guess another positive, it was cool to see the induction, Bill Parcells and Julian Edelman. That Super Bowl MVP right there, Julian Edelman. Yeah. Better put some respect on his name. It was nice to see the red jacket come on. We saw the crafts come out. So it was a good day. But yeah, I got the autograph for you. I got the band for you. So some positives come out of that game. Okay, let's move on to the next game. I cannot believe the Green Bay Packers lost to the Cleveland Browns, 13-10.
I know you wasn't watching because you.
No, but I saw the end of it.
If you watched the game, you believed it.
That's
all I'm gonna say.
So real quick, from what I saw, holy shit, the kick, 55 yards to win it. Saw that. How did they tie? Because when I was watching it low key on my phone, it was 10-3. What happened after that?
He got an interception late, so they was able to turn him all over. They returned it, maybe 15, 20 yards, set him up right there at the goal line. They was able to tie it. Next possession, Cleveland was consistently getting after Jordan Love. I think they got 5 sacks on the day. Myles Garrett and those guys was constantly getting after the running quarterback deal. And overall, Josh Jacobs and company wasn't able to really establish the run. Jacobs, 16 attempts, 30 yards, going nowhere fast. Shout out the rookie, Matthew Golden, led the day of receiving, but that wasn't really successful, Dale. Jordan Love in the first quarter was looking all right. After that, Dale, he kind of stalled out. So give Cleveland a lot of credit. Like I said, constantly putting pressure on Jordan Love, getting the interception late, and setting himself up for the win, Dale. The rookie,
Junkins.
Quinshon Junkins, he's looking good. He's looking good with the touchdown, 18 carries, 94 yards. Joe Flacco didn't look great, but he got the job done. So shout out Joe Flacco. He was a little pumped after the game. Shout out to Cleveland Browns. great defensive win.
Yeah, that's a good that's a good defense to hold them in and keep them in the game. And we're high on the Packers, or at least I am. So for them to
No, I've been high on the Packers, but
what happened with Josh Jacobs? They couldn't run the ball. This is a good defense.
Still, they couldn't do anything on that defense. Like I said, Matthew Golden had a few plays early on. I think he had over 30 yards just in the first quarter. So Kraft was able to make a couple plays in the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
After that, Cleveland shut it down.
Yeah.
Cleveland shut it down.
Let's go to a game that we did get right. Colts. 3-0. The Indianapolis Colts, and he's Danny Dimes now. No more Daniel Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Oh, are you trademarking that?
No, hell no. It's already a thing. It's already a thing.
It's already a thing. Yeah, but 18 for 25, 228. They blow out Tennessee Titans. And from the clips that I saw, they couldn't run the ball. Cam Ward didn't look good. Another vintage Jonathan Taylor game. It's nice to see a break. We talked about Stephon Diggs a few minutes ago. This was a nice breakout game for Michael Pittman Jr. 6 catches, 73 yards. He had a touchdown as well. Man, this Colts team, they're good. 41-20.
Dude, they're really good. Let's not hype them up too much, but as of right now, on top of the AFC South, 3-0, Indiana Jones leading the Indianapolis Colts, and they're 3-0, Dill. I think Daniel Jones, we got I'm not saying let's go to Danny Dimes, but I think after 3 weeks, still, we got to put some little respect on Daniel Jones' name.
Hand up, I was wrong. I was wrong about him.
Yeah.
I'll admit it. No, I was wrong. I didn't think he was good, but Kevin O'Connell changed his life.
Yeah, I said it. I said it early on. I think he'll be the starter some point this season. I just didn't think he'll be the starter week 1. And look at the job he's doing. Like you said, Jonathan Taylor had himself a day, over 100 on the ground. Michael Pittman Jr., Arlen Pierce, Tyler Warren didn't really do much, but we saw how impressive he's been through the first 2 weeks of the season. For the Colts, I'm just overall impressed. Not that they won the game, because I knew they were shockingly for the day I had today. I knew they were going to win this game. But to put up 30-plus points in every game of the season, 40 points on the road in Tennessee. I understand it's just the Titans now, but 40 points on the road is still a hard thing to do. So
that's an NFL defense.
Yeah, so you can make through the first 3 weeks of the season, you can make the case Daniel Jones and this offense is the best offense in football. I'm not saying they are, people. All I'm saying is you can make the case. 30-point game and then a 40-piece on week 3. Give them credit, though. The Indianapolis Colts so far are looking pretty damn good.
Yeah, I like this Colts team. They have to be in our top 10 moving forward. I know they're already in yours, but
they've been in mine now.
Yeah, I got to put him. I knew he was going to win the starting job, but I didn't think he was going to be this good, if I'm being honest. So, shout out Indiana Jones, man. 41-20. That was probably one of the lone bright spots in our 1 o'clock window. Man, was I wrong? 48-10. Carson Wentz. 14 for 20, 173 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jordan Mason, holy shit. I mean, they didn't need Aaron Jones. Everyone, Xavier Scott, Cam Akers, everyone was able to run the ball. TJ Hawkinson had a nice touchdown. Josh Oliver. Jake Browning did not look good. He kind of looked like a backup today. He had the 2 interceptions. They couldn't get anything on the run game either. Samar J. Pirine only had 21 yards leading the team. Jamar Chase, he led the team with 5 catches for 50 yards. But outside of that, Drew Sample had a touchdown. Couldn't really get anything going, and it started early. 14-0 lead. Then they scored 20 in the second quarter, and by that time, it was over, kids. So, nice bounce back for the Vikings.
Yeah, impressive win by the Vikings. And, Jake Browning looked like a backup last week with the 3 picks. They followed it up with another 2 interceptions today. Kind of surprised Carson Wentz didn't throw a pick. Either quarterback was really impressive, but this was really just a win on the Vikings defense. They looked very impressive. Yeah, it's only Jake Browning, but they shut it down. That's one thing about the Vikings. Yes, offensively, they've been struggling the first 2 weeks of the season, but their defense been solid, Dill, and we saw them come up huge today. So give credit to Brian Flores in that defense. Carson Wentz, shout out Carson Wentz, didn't have to do much, but he did enough to win the game. 2 tutties, 173 passing. Like I said, no interception, so that's good. But Jordan Mason, have yourself a day. Aaron Jones, he might have to fight for your back when your job when you come back.
Is JJ McCarthy fighting for his job back too? If they keep winning like this,
put it like this: did Carson Wentz do enough to earn the job? No, but has JJ McCarthy proven to enough to keep the job? No.
two things could be true.
Yeah.
We'll see. Let's go to the man. Your lock was not it either. 26-33 Eagles.
If I
care.
knew the Rams' starting field position in the first half was going to be the Eagles' 38-yard line, I would have known better. Though the Eagles,
Wow.
Shout out the Eagles for pulling off an amazing win deal, but that first half,
It was all the Rams. They kept
Rams.
showing highlights at Gillette Stadium, and that first half was all the Rams. But 26 points to 7 points in the second half, and the Philadelphia Eagles come all the way back. 21 for 32 for Jalen Hurts, 3 touchdowns. A.J. Brown finally had himself a game over 100 yards and a touchdown. Devontae Smith had a touchdown. Dallas Goedert had a touchdown. And they finally were able to stop Saquon Barkley on the ground, only 46 yards. So great game for the Eagles fighting back. I thought Kieran Williams and Puka Nacua both had a really good game, but that defense, they couldn't get a stop in the second half when they needed to.
Yeah, this was a tough one for all the people that took the Rams plus 3.5.
Oh, that last field goal block.
So for all I didn't take the plus 3.5. Thank God. I'll probably would have even been more disappointed though. But for all the people who did take the plus 3.5, you can't make that shit up because the bet was solid for about 59 minutes. It was solid. So this is just a tough loss to the Los Angeles Rams. To me, the first half, they executed everything perfectly. I think in the first half, Jalen Hurts had less than 40 passing yards. As a Rams defense, what more do you want? Saquon had a quiet night, didn't really do much catching or running the ball. I think the Rams I'm not going to say they took their foot off the gas, but I feel like they just, in the second half, offensively, give credit to the Eagles defense. They just lost their mojo. They just lost that little rhythm. I don't know what it was. Though, like you said, the Eagles outscored the Rams 26-7 in the second half. That's just unacceptable. After going into halftime, I think 19 or 20-7. So to me, the Rams, if you want to get to where you want to be, and that's to compete for the NFC title, you got to come out stronger than that. You came out great in the first half, but in the
they
second
didn't finish.
half, when you was supposed to put your foot on their throat, you couldn't. Now to the Eagles, give credit to the Philadelphia Eagles. Though I was shocked by the way they won the game in the second half. Just because, let's not forget, to start prior to this game, prior to the second half, Eagles are yet to pass for a passing touchdown, yet to have an explosive play, I think, of 35 plus yards on the outside passing the ball. So the fact that Jalen Hurts was able to come back in this game and pull off the victory, not with Saquon's legs, not with his legs, not with a bunch of tush bushes, but with his arm, throwing the ball down the field, hailing A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown was a mountain man. I know you're probably fighting your way back from traffic, but A.J. Brown was breaking tackles left and right. He single-handedly brought the Philadelphia Eagles back. So I love what I saw from the Eagles when they were down big and they were fighting back from championship players, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts. Love what I saw from the Eagles. Might move up to number 1.
Hey, kid. Shout out all the big boys out there getting that touchdown late. He was moving, too. He was moving. So, yeah, I had the plus 3.5 in my pocket, and, man, that shit was tough. Once you knew that was going down,
you can't make that shit up. You can't make it up.
Shout out to Tampa Bay Buccaneers for coming back. It was personal for Baker Mayfield. Steve Wilkes, and he's the one who let him go in Carolina. So, Jeff should have won that game. That was terrible as well. But man, 21 points in the fourth quarter, and they still weren't able to win the game. 3-0 for the first time since 2015. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 19 for 29. Baker Mayfield, 233 yards. Mike Evans had a touchdown. He's gonna have an MRI on that hamstring. He did not look good after that, but Emeka Egbuka, the rookie, continues to deliver. Sterling Shepard had a good game as well. Bucky Irving, he had a solid game on the ground. Thought Garrett Wilson, from the highlights that I saw, he looked good.
Yeah.
Outside of him, they really weren't able to do much. I thought Tyrod Taylor played a good game. The defense and special teams, they played good when they didn't need to, but when they needed to stop, they couldn't stop Baker. And we talked about it last time when when crunch time, 2 minutes left, and they need 3 points or a touchdown. We need to start talking as Baker Mayfield is the guy, because he did it again today. 29-27, Bucks 3-0, Jets 0-3. Kid, I've already started to look on tankathon.com. It's already that time of the season, 3 weeks in, and we have the number 1 pick. So it looks good. Spinning it to a positive.
Yeah, other 0-3 teams out there, but which team is most likely to have the worst record out of those? Might be the Jets. I think the Jets fall. I think in the fourth quarter we saw, Tyrod Taylor try to lead this team to a victory. Defensively, y'all was able to slow down the Buccaneers, especially in the fourth quarter. If y'all was able to establish a running game, maybe y'all would have walked out with a victory, Dill. Garrett Wilson had himself a day. Baker Mayfield, he straight out balled. I understand and kind of slowed down second and third quarter, but in the fourth quarter, once again, when the rubber needed to meet the road, Dill, Bucks are 3-0 with 3 game-winning drives, all from Baker Mayfield. 44 yards rushing, another big first down, couple first downs rushing the ball, one in the game-winning drive. Emeka Ibuka, he's the real deal.
Yeah,
he's the.
He might win Rookie of the Year.
He might win Offensive Rookie of the Year because he's turning into number 1. I understand Mike Evans went down with an injury, but when in doubt, Baker was just trying to find him late in the game. When they got down, he was just looking for him, and he was able to get him till. I think Bucky Irving, 25 carries, just a lot, 66 yards. Didn't really have much, but Bucky Irving was able to do a couple things, catch the ball as well. McLaughlin with a huge 54, 55 yarder for the game winner. Shout out Todd Bowles, shout out Baker for his little revenge spot. But the Jets played one hell of a game, though.
Yeah, but I'm glad they kept losing, so get the number 1 pick. Shout out Dan.
All that just to draft a defensive player.
Get that defense going. Shout out Dan Quinn, staying in the game after getting run over. Damn, they put a fucking beating, especially early on, to the Las Vegas Raiders. And I really didn't even think Geno played all that bad. 19 for 29, 289, 3 touchdowns. But, man, they couldn't stop the run. Jeremy Nicholas had a good game. Marcus Mariota had a good game running the ball. He only completed 6 passes, 15 for 21, over 200 yards. He didn't turn the ball over. Terry McLaurin finally had a good game. No touchdowns, but still 74 yards. Luke McCaffrey got into the end zone as well. Shout out Trey Tucker. He had himself one hell of a game. 8 catches, 145 yards, 3 touchdowns. Whoo, that kid is for real, Trey Tucker. But yeah, bad game for the Raiders, and this is a good win for the Commanders, especially without Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, this is a tough one for the Raiders. Back-to-back, tough losses. You think you have a shot against a backup quarterback in Marcus Mariota, and he flat out goes out there and he had himself a game, though. I understand 15 for 21, not special, but coming in as a backup and taking care of business at home, that was impressive. 15 for 21, 207, 40 on the ground as well. We all know Marcus Mariota could run the ball as well. 1 touchdown. Dill, what was my question why I took the Raiders plus 3.5 was, without Jaden Daniels, who's going to step up on the outside and make plays? Dill, it was the running room. Everybody step up. Nicholas Rodriguez, the rookie Merritt with a touchdown as well. Jeremy Nicholas, I don't know if you saw that highlight, Deal. He ran right up the middle, broke like 3 tackles, laid his stick on the truck on somebody, and then he just bursted for 40 yards up the middle. So great game from Dan Quinn and the Washington Commanders, stepping up without Jaden Daniels and hanging a 40-piece on the Raiders. Geno Smith, Deal, I think he had himself a great game. And for everybody out there listening, go to free agency and try to pick up Trey Tucker at 5 a.m. Tuesday morning. He had himself a day. 3 tutties, 9 targets, 8 catches, 145. Shit.
Yeah. Insane. Fucking sane. What happened to the Atlanta Falcons?
Dill, That was one of the most disappointing out. And mind you, people, I didn't even I didn't lay the 5.5. I didn't take the plus 5.5. I had Michael Penix Jr. over. I think 214.5.
214.5, and he had 2 picks.
Still,
Trash.
you know it was bad when Kirk Cousins had to come. All due respect, Kirk Cousins. Shout out Ken Folk Cousins. But still, Michael Penix Jr. looked bad. 50%.
Against the Panthers.
You took the words right out of my mouth. You had a 50% completion percentage against the Panthers. That's just unacceptable, though. He deserved to get benched today. He had a 12.6 QBR. That's all I need to say.
It's bad when Bryce Young outplayed you. And he didn't even do anything.
And Bryce Young didn't even look good.
No.
They scored 30 points without him looking good, dude. 16 for 24, 121. With all due respect, a bunch of backups would have won this game. Dylan, you probably would have won this game.
Shit.
That's how bad. That's how bad Michael Penix Jr. played. That's how bad Atlanta offense. That's how bad Atlanta defense looked, Dill, because they had 110 on the ground. It wasn't really that effective, Dill. I was surprised how bad Atlanta played. Give credit for the Carolina Panthers hanging a 30-piece defense, pitching a shutout, but damn, Michael Penix looked bad.
Yeah, he'll definitely.
The day I took is over.
Yeah. Shout out Kirk Cousins. I hope he gets the starting job back. Thank you for making me switch my pick because I was going to take Houston because usually they don't lose in Jacksonville. And I switched it. Shout out to Jacksonville. One of my lone wins today. And I didn't even think, looking back at the clips, I didn't even think Trevor Lawrence played all that well, if I'm being honest.
Both quarterbacks played like shit, though. Let's just be honest.
Texans still can't run the ball. I thought Nico Collins probably was the best player on the field, but defense actually showed up and stopped the Texans. 0-3 for the Texans. Are we worried?
Realistically,
offense doesn't look good, though.
I would say you're a little worried just because I feel like you have to win the division to make the playoffs. Because I feel like the AFC is a little loaded. Yes, we see some injuries popping up. So maybe, that 6 or 7 seed won't be as hectic, though. But I think if you're the Houston Texans, the best shot for you to make the playoffs is to win the division. And if right now at 0-3, you're sitting at the bottom,
yeah,
it's not looking good. So, Colts are 3-0, Jacksonville 2-1. You tie with Tennessee in last place. We know Tennessee ain't gonna do much, but at least with Houston, they had some aspirations, though. They had aspirations, so. Once again, C.J. Stroud, unimpressive. They'll once again getting to the red zone, unable to connect. The only time they were able to find the end zone is when it was a 53-yard bomb where the defense busted the coverage and Nico was wide open. So we're seeing the Houston Texans offense struggle in the red zone. I don't know why, though. They just can't find the end zone in the red zone. It makes no sense to me. CJ. He just has to be more accurate.
But we saw that last year. That was a problem last year. They got all these yards. They got to the red zone, and they just couldn't punch it in.
And we saw it once again. It cost them. Another 2 interceptions for C.J. Stroud. Unable to run the ball. Besides Nico Collins, nobody really doing anything. Shout out Christian Kirk coming back from injury. Wasn't that impressive. Trevor Lawrence got the job done, but did it really look that good? 20 for 40. 50%, 0 touchdowns. Travis Etienne had an okay day. Shout out him for getting in. Brian Thomas Jr., I understand he had that big 46-yard catch, but other than that, through the first 3 weeks of the season, he's been terrible. I'm not going to say he's been terrible. He's just been underperforming from what he was doing last year. I think as a fantasy owner, I could say I'm a little hot right now because I think I took him second or third pick. So, Brian Thomas Jr. needs to step up. I think Strain, the tight end, is pretty good. Travis Hunter, like I said, though, I took his
he's a rookie.
I took his under receiving for a reason. I don't know why Jacksonville still. Don't get me wrong. Is he good as a wide receiver? Yes. If I'm Jacksonville, I'm gonna have him playing 85% of his snaps, 90% of his snaps as a defensive back. That's just me. So shout out Jacksonville for taking care of business, but. Not that impressive. Not that impressive.
3-0 for the Kansas City Chiefs, and it does not look good on a
No,
negative
0
note.
and 2. You
What?
said you said Kansas City Chiefs. They're
Oh,
0
I'm
and 2.
sorry. I meant to say Los Angeles Chargers. I'm sorry.
No,
Los
Los
Angeles
Angeles.
Chargers 3-0,
Oh,
but it does look like Najee Harris did tear his Achilles. He did get carted off. Watching Football Night in America today, and as they said, it does not look good for him. So, shout out all the guys who drafted Omari on Hampton, me. But another good game from Justin Herbert, 28 for 47. Usually, we don't like him throwing all 47 passes, but he had a touchdown, 300 yards. Quentin Johnson had himself a good game, another touchdown from Keenan Allen. Cortland Sutton, outside of that 152-yard bomb where it was a blown coverage, I didn't really think Bo Nix played a good game. He didn't turn the ball over, but he didn't have a good game either. I love J.K. Dobbins, though. I thought he's great for fantasy. Running the ball, catching it out of the backfield as well. I thought he had a good game. They're 0-2 on the road now, Denver. They're not looking good. Defense is still good, but offensively, I don't know. Year 2 under Sean Payton. I know they usually start slow, but man, this does not look good. But I'll say this: outside of Lamar, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, the fourth guy that we have to start talking about
it's Baker Mayfield.
is Justin Herbert. It's Justin Herbert.
You can't deny that. You can't deny for the first 3 weeks of the season. You can't deny it, Dale. I'm gonna start with the Denver Broncos. If I'm a Denver Broncos fan, yes, it's a sour taste in your mouth, but you're a couple game-winning field goals away from being 3-0. Let's just be honest. Yes, your offense hasn't been impressive, hasn't really been clicking. Defense has been good, but your offense has been struggling just a tad, and that's the reason you started 1-2. So if I'm a Denver fan, I'm a little upset, but I'm not gonna panic. I'm not really too worried because the play we seen from Bo Nix early on, you could fix it, Dill. It's not. I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, 14 for 25, 1 tutty, 153. I don't love it, but did he play well enough to win the game? In my opinion, I think he did, and I think he played well enough to win the game last week against the Colts. I think the Chargers are just right now a better team. I think Justin Herbert outplayed them. I think shout out Cameron Dicker as well for a game-winning field goal with about 5 seconds left in the game. Marion Hampton finally had himself a good day today in his third week of his NFL career. Quentin Johnson has been the surprise of the season. 3 straight weeks he's been balling. He didn't get a touchdown this time around, Dill.
No.
But he's been having himself a season, Quentin Johnson. So shout out the Chargers to take care of business. 3-0 start to start the year. Little surprised by that, but Dill, I have him high for a reason because I saw it from week 1. This is a different Justin Herbert. And like I said, I think I said it last pod. So far, Dill, I think Justin Herbert, I'm agree with you, has been improving, and right now is definitely a top 5 quarterback.
Man, the Seattle defense, they might
Loaded.
be a tough. Yo, they're so good. And
Real quick though, I have Seattle's defense in one fantasy league.
Yeah.
I'm facing them in every other league, and I'm like, bro, I got them. I check my other leagues. I'm like, bro, how I'm losing? Bro, Seattle gave them 17 as well.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't make this shit up.
No, and I thought it was a good game from Sam Darnold as well. Only incompleted 4 passes, threw for 2. They even got Drew Lock in the game as well. They didn't run the ball that well, but JSN, we've said it for over 2 years now. He is elite. Troy Holton, he had himself a nice day as well with a touchdown, but yeah, not the best game. Saints 0-3 as well, and we were like, hey, this is Spencer Rattler didn't look as bad the first 2 weeks, and everyone was like, 7 points might be too much. Yeah, it was not enough, actually. So
those first 2 games were at home.
Yeah, exactly. On the road, we didn't see a Spencer Rattler game. We finally saw one today. Yeah, so Seattle might be the real deal. They're a very good football team.
Yeah. I think you hit it head on. In a preseason, that defense is gonna keep them in games. If Sammy D's just able to keep it afloat offensively, watch out for the Seattle team, Dill. And we're seeing it. Week 1 they had a tough loss, but we saw it last week in Pittsburgh. We saw it today at home, Dill. They look good. Sammy D, another good game. I understand the numbers don't jump out, but 14 for 28. I mean, 14 for 18 for 218. That's pretty damn good. Two tutties, no interception, zero sacks still.
Yeah.
Like you said, wasn't able to run the ball as a team pretty good, but on the outside, JSN, the kid's a monster. Defensively, Dill, another touchdown. I think they blocked the kick as well. So they're doing a little bit of everything: special teams, defense, and Sammy D doing his thing on the offensive side. Dill, the Seattle team. I don't know if they're for real just yet, but they're looking good. Something is definitely brewing up there and up in Seattle.
First win for Ben Johnson and the Chicago Bears. 4 touchdowns. This is the game that we've been trying to see from Caleb Williams now. 19 for 28, almost 300 yards, 298, 4 touchdowns, no sacks, no turnovers. This was what I was waiting for. Shout out Luther Burden the third as well. 3 catches. He had that long 65-yarder. That was a crazy catch. I saw that one. He had himself a day over 101 yards. Roma Dunze, that connection still seems strong with him and Caleb Williams. He had himself a touchdown. Big news. Obviously, CD goes out. He does not return. Dak didn't look good. Shout out my boy Joe Milton. He slings it, but he threw an interception.
Yeah.
So not a good, it was a major letdown spot. And honestly, that's on me. I thought they were going to come out. I didn't see it from the Bears, but this was a major letdown spot after that big win against the Giants. That's on me.
Yeah, tough spot for the Dallas Cowboys. Basically in the first drive of the day, you lose your best, arguably the best offensive player on the field in CD Lamb. He goes down. Doesn't look good. From my eye test, from all the years of me watching football, I'm gonna say it's a high ankle sprain deal. I'm gonna say he's out. He misses next week. So I'm gonna assume one more game miss. I hope I'm wrong. Hopefully it's just a mild, regular ankle sprain and he's ready to go next week. From what I saw, I think it's gonna be a high ankle sprain. Like I said, after CD going down, Cowboys offense wasn't the same. Javonte Williams ran the ball well. He made some catches early on. We saw a tremendous takeaway slash strip from Stevenson, the DB, down the field on Devontae Williams. That kind of set the tone for the game. We saw Caleb Williams still might have been his best game of his career. 19 for 28, 4 touchdowns, almost 300 yards passing. Flea flicker to that rookie Burden the third touchdown. Roma Duzier, that connection is building, looking better and better each week.
Said it.
He only had 1 catch, but I like what I saw from Loveland today. He had a couple of targets as well. Only bad thing you could say about the Chicago Bears is they're not able to establish the run.
Yeah.
But you didn't need it. You didn't need it today. Shout out Ben Johnson, called a tremendous game plan against the Dallas defense, who we know is gettable. They're gettable, Dill. I think Dak Prescott, overall, Dill, he's been having a great season. I know right now they're 1-2, but Dak Prescott's been playing his butt off. I understand he threw 2 interceptions today, people, but he did everything he can to bring Dallas to win this game. So tough loss to Dallas, but I think Dak played well, and hopefully CeeDee Lamb is not too serious. And Jake Ferguson, Dill, after CeeDee Lamb went down, you see the amount of targets and receptions he had. 14 targets, 13 receptions.
Got him in fantasy.
Yeah, 82 yards. So shout out Jake Ferguson and anybody who had him in fantasy.
And then last game, another game-winning field goal. 3-0 for the San Francisco 49ers. They get the win 16-15. There was scare about Nick Bosa, but the team came out. I'm watching Football Night in America. They said they are not worried. He might be out for a game or 2, but it's not a serious injury, which is good. Which is really good. But Ricky Pearsall continues to have himself a really good start of the season, over 100 yards. Christian McCaffrey, he had himself a nice game too, 10 catches for 88 yards. He also ran for 52, so over 130 all-purpose yards. Mac Jones, outside of that 1 interception, I thought he played himself a pretty good game. 2-0 as a starter, Mac Jones.
Yeah, Mac Jones outplayed Kyler Murray. A little surprised that Mac Jones that outplayed Kyler Murray. You know, it's a tough spot for Kyler in San Francisco, but 22 for 35 for 159. It's not good enough, Dill. Trey Benson, he ran the ball well. Scary to see James Conner carted off the field.
Oh, yeah.
not looking good for him. So whoever has Trey Benson, you know, good luck for you for the rest of the season. If I'm Arizona, I'm a little worried because James Carter gets those touchdowns. He gets those tough yards. They had a 1-2 punch. Now they're just gonna have a little jab with Benson. So hopefully James Carter could recover and he's back soon, but it's not looking good. Still on the outside, McBride, we know he's really good. Marvin Harrison Jr. I think we got to start questioning Marvin Harrison Jr.
Or can we question Kyler Murray?
Or the offensive play calling. There's something.
That's true.
I don't know what it is. 6 targets, 3 catches. I feel like 6 targets ain't enough. You drafted him high. Why are you not taking advantage? I feel like some days you just gotta hit him with the Antonio Brown. Just give him 12 targets. Give him 10 targets like Ben Roethlisberger used to do. Just feed
I think
him.
I'm out on Jonathan Gannon.
I might be too. At the end of the day, they're 2-1. The potential's still there. It's just they gotta get Marvin Harrison more involved. They have to, Dill. Give credit to Mac Jones, like I said earlier. 21 for 41, 284, outplaying Kyle Murray. Christian McCaffrey did it on both sides. As a team, couldn't really run the ball well, but like you said, pure slow. Christian McCaffrey. Shout out the new kicker for the game winning. You know how
He's
they
money.
how they felt about Moody. So shout out San Francisco. Even with a couple injuries, they're still 3-0, top of the division. Hey, give credit to Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, and we're about while recording this, we're about 5 minutes till kickoff for Sunday Night Football. So, not the best. I'll say this: the 4:00 window was much better to us than the 1:00 window. But, yeah, we did not get our lock, dog, teaser, or prop right. Nothing. We 0 for 8, 0 for 4 on both sides. So it was a tough day. On the college though. Miami, they took care of business against Florida. Oregon, they won as well. Illinois got their fucking ass beat by Indiana. Shout out you got Michigan right. That was a hell of a game.
Hell of a game. I had it in the living room. You know what was going on here. Some over here like, wow. Shout out Michigan, taking care of business. Interesting game late. And not for nothing, though, shockingly,
Dylan Raiola, he outplayed Bryce Underwood.
No, he did. But that defense, when they needed it, able to come up big. And then what I say, the Canes, give me give me Miami, -7.5. Shockingly, the boy went 2-0. So horrible day in the NFL. But if you took my college plays, which I advise not to do, 2-0.
Yeah, they did. And the under was the play in that Florida game as well. We didn't get there with Utah, man. Texas Tech rolled up to Utah and fucking pounced the Utes 34-10 as well. So that was a tough game. But yeah, that was definitely the game of the and we need a real conversation. Dabo Swinney might be on his way out. Yeah. I mean, you get blown out at home to Syracuse. No disrespect to Syracuse. They're a good they're a good program, but you're Clemson. Yeah, that was
you're Power 5.
Yeah, and Bill Belichick got blown out again.
Not surprised.
Yeah, UCF. That's a tough. You got Gus Malzahn. If you can't stop the run against Gus Malzahn, it's gonna be a long day. So yeah, that was a tough one as well. We get there with Arizona State +2.5. They win outright against Baylor. So yeah, not a terrible day. Coach Prime gets the win at home. Colorado moves to 2-2, and they beat Wyoming by 17. So yeah, not a terrible day in college. Much better than the NFL, I'll tell you that much. But all right, before we get to Monday Night Football, a quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It is no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor our tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks. So just like kick, just like how we like our lives, whether it's Huckleberry playing around the golf with the boys or an elderberry watching Monday Night Football, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Gym Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get to it. Monday Night Football at the bank. Ravens laying 4.5 here at home, minus 240 on the money line, plus 4.5 for the Lions, plus 198 on the money line, total 53.5. We will start with you, kid. What do you got for the side?
For the side, Dill. First of all, this is a great game. Love the NFL for putting it on Monday night. Solo stage, well deserved. Possible Super Bowl preview. Possible Super Bowl preview. Letting that be known right now. Um, Dill, I like the plus 4.5. Give me the Lions plus 4.5. Dill, I think they can make things interesting. Don't get me wrong. Do I think they're live in this situation? I think it's a tough task to ask any team to go into Baltimore at night and walk away with a victory. But do I think they can make things interesting? Absolutely, Dill. So I'm gonna take the plus 4.5. I'm gonna say give me the Ravens 31-27 in a shootout.
Yeah, the Lions, they might be back with that performance last week against the Bears, and it might turn into a good performance. You know why? Because the Bears had a really good game today, so it might age well. But you mentioned it. Ravens at home, primetime spot at night. Very, very difficult to fade them in this spot. Trust me, I've been present at the bank for many night games, and that is a tough place to play. Derrick Henry coming off a bad game. I'm looking for him to bounce back. I know I'm a big look ahead guy, and the Ravens having the Chiefs on deck might be a look ahead spot. But Lamar and John Harbaugh, they get up for these nighttime games at the bank. And historically, the Lions have always been bad stopping a running quarterback. I just feel like this is a huge spot for the Ravens. We saw them casually put up a 40 clip on a very good defense in the Browns.
We saw it today.
So we saw how good that defense is, and they made it look effortlessly putting 40 up. I just feel like the Ravens are going to want to make a statement here at home, at night, primetime spot. And I just feel like this Baltimore's defense is going to make a scheme against Jared Goff. Outdoors, we do like to fade him here in this spot outdoors. It's not cold enough yet, but we do like to fade Jared Goff in the cold. Kid, give me the Ravens. I'll lay the 4.5 here. I just think they're going to make a statement here. And I just think Lamar is just one of those quarterbacks that it's so hard to match up with and create a defensive scheme around. So, yeah, I think the Ravens are the better team. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Ravens here. Any thoughts on the total? It is sitting at 53.5.
Yeah, Dill. I like the over. I'm not saying I'm gonna take the over, but like I said 31-27. That's a total score of what 58. So I like the over. I think it's gonna be a shootout. I think both offenses are clicking. We saw the Ravens last week against a very good Browns defense put up 40. We saw the Lions offense wake up and just go nuclear against Chicago. Wouldn't be shocked at all if both offenses is around 30-ish points. So
Yeah.
I like the over, Dill.
Yeah, I would lean towards the over as well. All right, kid, let's get to this new segment. And the prop segment is brought to you by Props.Cash, the best way to research your player props. Elvis and I have been using Props.Cash for 2 years now, and it's helped us find an edge in several player prop markets. On the web or in Props.Cash app, you'll get quick visual data on player trends, matchup history, and recent performance across every major sports. Clean, reliable stats that make it easy to spot value. Plans start at just $19.99 a month, and right now you can get 25% off your first month with code DREAM25. That is DREAM25, DREAM25. So download the app, not now, but right now, and sign up with the monthly subscription. Use code DREAM25, and you'll be paying just $14.99 your first month. Level up your props research today at Props.Cash. Okay, what is your Monday Night Football prop?
Still, like I said, I expect a few points being scored in this game. I'm going to go with a touchdown, Deal. Give me David Montgomery. Anytime touchdown at plus 120. I'm going to let it be known, people. If you want to fade my prop, by all means, I've been having a tough year with my prop. I ain't going with no over. I ain't going with no under. Give me David Montgomery anytime touchdowns. We got Sonic. We got Knuckles. I feel like Knuckles gets in the end zone, Deal.
Oh, that's amazing because I took Jahmyr Gibbs anytime touchdown, and you could get that at minus
Real quick
one.
though,
Yeah.
and you don't want that because we playing each other in fantasy. Jahmyr Gibbs gets in the end zone. Ooh, I might start 3-0 now.
That's fine. Give me Jahmyr Gibbs minus 115. I see it minus 115, minus 120. Shop around, but he's a weapon for the Lions, and I think he has a variety to score in any ways. He could break free in a long rush. He could beat you after the cash, or he could just ram it home in the red zone. And I think he's a touchdown machine for the Detroit Lions. He had 32 touchdowns in 34 career games. After racking up 16 scores last season, he found the end zone in 13 of 17 games last season. He scored twice in that Lions playoff. He scored last week against Chicago. He didn't get in there week 1 against Green Bay, but the Ravens, they have allowed touchdowns to running backs James Cook, Dylan Sampson in each of the first 2 games this season. So I think Gibbs should add to that on Monday night. Props.Cash likes that as well to get into the end zone. And they also like David Montgomery to get in as well. So Props.Cash is backing us both. And hopefully we get that one through. Kid, any last words before we go and enjoy Sunday Night Football? What do you got? How was the party?
Oh, it was good. It was good. Thank God nobody, lingered, stood too late because you know me.
You don't like that. You need to know when people know your role. Like,
Nah, I can honestly say I'm one of those people that that be like, oh yeah, we could hang out at my house. Nah, I would literally kick you out of my house.
oh, I know.
Yeah, I would literally tell you
know.
like, yo, it's time to go. So
Any drama? Any fights?
nah.
Okay, good.
If there was any drama, like I said,
You gotta go.
You gotta go.
You gotta go.
I don't got time for that.
Who won the raffle?
My cousin, she won 2 prizes.
Oh.
My mom won 1, and then my old neighbor won 1. So we had 4.
Which old
5
neighbor?
prizes.
Do I know him or her?
I doubt it.
Oh, okay.
I doubt it. But we had 5 total prizes for the raffle. So everybody was like a little happy that like, oh, you giving out prizes? I was like, yeah. You got Big E's crib now.
You gotta love it. All right, so after this is done, we're home from DR. We got to get the car starting now. All right.
Oh yeah. Now the apartment is. I'm good with the apartment. I'm done. I'm done with the apartment now. Still, I'm not saying this weekend. Maybe the week after, first week of October.
I smell it.
We're not going to start the car, but we're trying to finish the wiring.
I love it.
Finish the fuel system. Add some fluid. Weld the radiator, and hopefully turn that bitch on.
I love it. Well, enjoy Sunday Night Football. Enjoy Monday. Good luck on all your bets, and we will see you guys on Wednesday. Peace.